Hello, I'm Richard Ridge. I'm at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, for an advanced screening of this season's most anticipated new television series, Smash, which is executive produced by Steven Spielberg, Craig Zadan, and Neil Marin. Smash kicks off on NBC on February 6th.
Drama/dramedy about the making of a Broadway show, and you get a bunch of different perspectives of what it takes to create something as big as a Broadway show.
Talk about the role that you play.
Karen Cartwright, she's sort of a newcomer. She's been pounding the pavement a little bit, but relatively unknown. She's a different take on Broadway. She definitely doesn't sing things, the quintessential Broadway, the traditional Broadway way. I mean, obviously, it's very nerve-wracking to watch yourself on screen. I have a really hard time doing that, but it's great to be amongst people kind of who really know. There's a lot of little insider jokes and things that are part of the pilot, especially, that this crowd in particular would really kind of enjoy, and so it's great to kind of hear their reactions to it.
It is. It's the first time we've presented it to the New York theater audience. It hasn't been presented in New York before this. We wanted to present it to this community because, it's their lives. So we wanted there to be a special night for them. I always think of it as like upstairs, downstairs, except it's not a mansion that everybody's clustered around. It's a musical. And so there are so many different lives and interactions and class differences and romances across lines, and the musical is the thing that holds them all together.
Well, obviously, it's the world that I know and I live in, and I think Teresa wrote these fantastic characters who are so passionate about what they do, and I really connected to that because I understand what that is to feel so driven to create a Broadway musical. And all of the sort of collateral damage to your personal life that might entail, because every one of these characters has a counterpart that isn't part of the theater world. So you really, over the series, what's exciting to me is not just that we get to represent New York theater to America, but we also have these stories of these people who are passionately engaged in their own creative process, and they are in love relationships and family relationships with people who have other interests outside of the theater, and how those conflicts become exacerbated or eased or complicated. It's very cool. And one of the things that I felt that I could really bring to the project was a knowledge of what those rooms look like, where you'll have an audition and where you'll have a workshop, and where the producers' offices are, where people live, the way they live, where they put their Tony nomination certificates up, and where their awards go, and the kind of what they wear and how they get from place to place. When I was first talking to Steven Spielberg about the project, we talked about how we thought New York City and the theater district itself should feel like another character, so that was really important to us.
I play Dev, and I work at the mayor's office here in New York, so I'm a long way from the world of Broadway, other than my girlfriend in the show, played by Kat McPhee, is hopefully about to become the star of Marilyn Monroe the musical. And it's really about the kind of effect on her life and our relationship and all the rest of it that being involved in Broadway kind of takes on people.
So tell me what this meant to you, sort of, showing Smash to the theater community.
Well, it's extraordinary because, they could be a crowd that could be very cynical. We're all involved in this world. We could be sitting there thinking, for a while we've been wondering what they'll make of it. And it's so fantastic to feel what we felt in that room. People seem to be really behind it. And also, there's a lot of people from the Broadway community in the show as well, which is wonderful to see. Cameos from Becky and Dylan in the show. It's wonderful, it really is. So yes, to have it finally in front of an audience is a wonderful thing tonight.
That's me! That's crazy.
How terrific was tonight for you watching this kickoff episode of Smash?
It's thrilling. Tonight is so important to get the support of the Broadway community, and this is the first group that we're really doing a screening like this for. So we're really hoping that everybody rallies behind us and supports us through this.
So many great theater people you're working with, your director Michael Mayer, Teresa Reback, Scott Whitman, Mark Shaman. Talk about them.
Well, it brings a wonderful authenticity to the piece. I mean, we have so many people from the theater community here that to keep it grounded in that reality, that it's wonderful. I mean, the cast is ridiculous. We have Deborah Messing, Angelica Houston, Jack Davenport, Catherine McPhee, Christian Borle, Brian Darcy James, Jamie Shapiro, and I mean, everybody's incredible, and we have such a great time working together. It's one of the 15 dreams coming true.
I played Derek Wills, who is a somewhat Machiavellian director. His methods might be a little questionable, verging on the sociopathic, but he gets results. So yes, he's a kind of love him or hate him kind of guy. There's a very broad range of skill sets in this cast, and I think everyone's getting a chance to kind of really show their best stuff. It's about a process that I think people have never seen on TV before, and it's a very convoluted, quite confrontational process at times, and I think, well, rather I hope that there's a sort of an appetite for that at this moment, because I think it's really very realistic.
My character's name is Ellis, and Christian Borle plays Tom Levitt, who is a Broadway composer, and I play his personal assistant. And I am a very ambitious and conniving ladder climber, I would say. Smash is kind of a behind-the-scenes look at the Broadway scene. It's the skeleton of Broadway. It's from the casting to the performances to the rehearsals to the producing aspects of it. You see it all. It's all a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to produce a Broadway show.
I mean, it's really personally significant for me because I come from a long line of Broadway gypsies. My parents met in a chorus line, and so I've seen this Broadway lifestyle for so long, and it's amazing to see it accurately portrayed and to see it like in this beautiful like setting with really, really talented people doing amazing musical numbers. It is truly like seeing a Broadway show in your living room. It really is that kind of experience.
You know, we wanted the theater community to have a sense of ownership of this show, which is the reason that we did this. It's just that the first exposure of the show should be for its core. And so we're thrilled and we're very proud to be presenting it to this audience tonight. And it makes perfect sense because it's about them and we want them to be a part of the whole experience.
We wanted to invite the casts of each Broadway show, which we did. And it's so amazing to look around and just see people from every show you've seen on Broadway this season, all in one room. And this is the very first time we've ever shown the pilot, and we're showing also a sizzle reel of the season, and we're showing 2 original musical numbers from later in the season that no one's ever seen. So we're just thrilled, and we wanted people to know we're not just showing you the pilot so that they can ask, well, how good is the rest of it? We wanted to say, we're confident, and here's some more.